Okay, so for week 8 of fall anime, this was a heavy week. Just so much child abuse and neglectment happening is a common theme for like 4 to 5 of these shows. Made watching it a little emotionally taxing. But yeah, very fun week, just story heavy and a lot of emotional moments. Okay, so for Akudama Drive episode 8, we get Swindler and the little sister flying down on the rocket ship, crashing back to Earth. The moon is destroyed as we see, and their rocket ship didn't have enough fuel to take them. They have to find a way to survive though, because they don't have food. Swindler tries to get some takoyaki. She apparently just walks into the city and thinks she can use her credit card ID. But yeah, once she uses it, she's instantly targeted. So yeah, she runs away with the little sister. They really don't have food or shelters, and everyone's looking for them. So they find shelter in an abandoned garbage or recycling plant. There's a bunch of canned foods and tools in this building, so they make themselves at home. Swindler actually cuts her hair now, so long-haired Swindler turns into short-haired Swindler, and I did not like this design that much. I know cutting hair in anime, it's pretty symbolic, and usually it looks good, short-haired versions of the girls. But yeah, long-haired Swindler beats short-haired Swindler by a lot. But yeah, anyway, the Swindler and little sister take shelter, and they plan to live here from now on. But yeah, now there's 3 dudes that come in, and they seem to be running some child trafficking operation. And they capture Swindler and the little sister. And yeah, they're pretty creepy, and you're meant to hate these guys, mainly because they start talking about how, oh, if this girl is too old, we can't sell her. So yeah, they sell girls, they only want virgins. Basically typical evil child traffickers. And then Swindler, she can't take this lying down, so after she gets like hit in the nose, she gets a little angry, bloodlusted. She takes one of the cans of her canned foods, she slices the guy in the eye, and then she takes another knife and stabs another guy. And then she finds a gun and shoots the 3rd guy. And the guy she cut in the eye, he's still alive. But then they get saved by Courier. So he comes in, he beats the last remaining dude. Swindler finally gets her transition from normal girl to super Akudama, living the life of crime. That's who she is now. And the Courier says that the big brother gave him a mission since Courier has to deliver everything. That's his job. And then Swindler, using her Swindler powers, convinces Courier to open up his heart and go on a mission with her to rescue the big brother. Since, yeah, that's all she has right now. Her life is basically over, so this is her mission she wants to see through. Also, we see the Doctor and Hoodlum teaming up. The Doctor is free now since she worked with the executioners. And Hoodlum just wants to save his ass. And then, yeah, they're both looking for the big brother, who they have a tracking device on. Also, the executioner girl, she has a new partner. She seems to be the hardened, angry, looking for revenge type of girl right now. So yeah, all these plots converging, we will see how the story goes. Okay, so for the Wandering Witch episode 9, we meet the Lavender Witch. So it starts off with Elena being hungry, having no money in the city. She sees a flyer for fast money quick, just a little work. Any type of fast money ad would be like something sexual or suspicious, but yeah, Elena takes it. She meets the Lavender Witch. She's like a 1 year older than her, 19-year-old witch with purple hair. Another nice witch design, and then she has a task for Elena where they want to find the 2nd district murderer. So we get some story on the murderer. Her name is Selena. Her parents were murdered when she was young, and after that she was adopted by her abusive uncle, and then she one day stabbed her uncle and disappeared. She turned into the 2nd district murderer and just like killing and became a savage. So the Lavender Witch killed Selena 3 years ago. And her mission now is basically that she really loves Selena. They were childhood friends. So she wants to go back in time to try to find a way to rescue Selena. So yeah, a cool time travel plot. Like, first we get some heavy child abuse and then time traveling. Oh, also, when this episode started, there was a disclaimer. Oh, disturbing content warning. So that right there is like a spoiler, but wow, like when you see that, you know shit's gonna go down. So yeah, that made me hype for the episode. So yeah, the Lavender Witch cut her head off, and yeah, she wants to rewind time. Kind of like a go back in time to stop Hitler type of moment. So yeah, they go back in time. The time spell is pretty complicated. It requires a lot of blood to finish the spell. And we get some lore about this world where it's kind of like a Full Metal Alchemist type of thing, where if you're making like a complicated spell, you have to sacrifice a lot of magical ability in you. Like it could be blood, it could be your voice, it could be your memories. But yeah, if you have a powerful spell, it requires some sacrifice. So yeah, she's kind of anemic since she has like a lot of blood loss from making the spell. This is where Elena comes in for the job. So they have some magic sharing ring. So Elena's power will be shared onto the Lavender Witch. And they also have 1 hour only to stay in the timeline. Also, we get some important detail where this type of time travel, it's not going to change the current timeline. It's just going to make an alternate timeline that'll have like happy Selena instead of murder Selena. So Elena questions, isn't this kind of pointless since it won't change our current timeline that we live in? But then the Lavender Witch replies that, oh, I need to do this. We need to make a world where Selena can be happy. She was really sad that she had to kill her own friend who was like a murderer because of her family situation. And before they were on their way, they actually meet Selena on the street. She was like doing some shopping. And then the Lavender Witch kind of like hugged her and said like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't save you, stuff like that. Which kind of confused Selena and she was like kind of creeped out. But yeah, they go to the house to camp out and try to stop the robbers from murdering her parents. And then Elena senses something wrong. Like her magical power in her ring is like draining. So she goes into the house where the Lavender Witch was camping out at. And this is the big reveal. Selena's parents were killed by Selena herself. Yeah, we thought that it was the uncle that made her the murderer, but no. Her dad was like molesting her and her mom hit her. So like just both sides of the parents are abusive. It's just a broken home. And that just made her so traumatized that like this young girl, whatever, 9 years old or whatever, like is some psycho murderer. She's actually crazy. And she actually got the better of the Lavender Witch and she's like stepping on her body, so she almost dies to her. So yeah, Selena is just holding a knife. She's laughing all crazy like. And then just as Elena was gonna attack her, the Lavender Witch goes out and she does her magic barrage on Selena. It was so hard to watch just seeing the Lavender Witch just beat up on Selena, her teeth falling out, her laughing all bloodied and crazy. And at the end, Elena wants to stop this, so she takes off the magic sharing ring. And then this makes the Lavender Witch have to like use her own power that was like really weak to kill Selena. And yeah, she kills her by snapping her neck off with these magical chains. This is kind of like a telltale story of time travel where even if you try to change the past, things tend to happen the same way, even if like slightly different. So this is like Selena was always a murderer and she was always going to be killed by the Lavender Witch in this case. So yeah, the two witches return to the present and Elena tries to comprehend what just occurred. Since the Lavender Witch used her magic to kill Selena even though she was like weakened magically, she sacrificed her memories. So she doesn't remember this childhood friend she had. And she's just like this kind of shell of herself in the present time. And Elena just cannot cope with this. So she goes outside, is crying now, and she realizes how inexperienced she really is. Which I think it's pretty cool because Elena is like so cocky, like kind of well earned because yeah, she's so gifted and she's like living her best life traveling. But yeah, when she sees like some actual heavy shit, it's like a growing moment for her. She's not used to it yet. So yeah, I don't blame her reaction at all, just crying because of this wild shit that just unfolded. So moral of the story, time travel bad. And yeah, be prepared to experience some wild shit. Although I did predict some of the stuff that was gonna happen. Like I always thought the little girl was always a murderer. But the way the story unfolded was still very powerful, seeing these girls conflicted and the brutality of just like the fighting between them. It was very insane. So yeah, great episode this week. Okay, so for Sports Climbing Girls, episode 9, we have a 6-month time skip where the Hanayama girls, Konomi, Nonaka, and Saya, make a name for themselves. They keep climbing on new competition. So now Konomi has like 6 months of like intense competition experience, getting prepared for the combined Japanese high school cup. Konomi has actual named skill, like the commentators give her like a name, so she has the murder observation. So yeah, that's just her ability. She can just analyze on sight and climb with that information right there. So yeah, she's getting more powerful. Also, Anne Kurusu, the girl that does the cool Kurusu, comes through. Yeah, she was built up since episode 2, always in the background as like the star, idol, top Japanese girl climber. top Japanese high school girl climber. So yeah, she's pretty confident, and then she meets the Hanyama girls and she challenges Konomi to an exhibition match. And yeah, it goes as you expect because she's on top, built like high. So yeah, as they climb, Konomi does her 1 minute of analyzing, and there's like a final hold that you have to kind of stretch to get to. And while Konomi's trying to do it, and Kurisu is already there, like she's so fast, it's like the Flash. Yeah, she's very skilled, probably one of the top obstacles that Konomi has to overcome in the future. And then yeah, after that competition, it's all fun and games, friendly, but then there's a shower scene. So Konomi and Kurisu are taking a shower. Konomi's like talking to herself, oh, I could have done this better, I gotta do this and that. Anne just laughs at her, she kind of hazes her like, oh, you're a rookie, don't get too full of yourself. It was like the anime moment where the main character tells the other person their dreams, how they want to win, be on top, be like the Hokage, or win the competition, even though they're like a rookie, novice, and the more experienced person just laughs at their dreams and tells them they can't do it. So yeah, Kurisu is the villain here. Although she is a great villain. She's one of my favorite characters in this series. She was built up since episode 2. And then they finally introduce her legitimately to the main characters. And yeah, she's just as strong as ever. She can back up her words and confidence. And yeah, she's very successful. And then she has like that idol persona. So yeah, she's just like bored of just regular climbing. So yeah, maybe she needs these challenges to entertain herself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how cool Kurisu stacks up in this competition. So after that, we visit Yuhara June. She's working as an instructor at a rock climbing gym, so she teaches kids. And it's like funny because it's like she's in a customer service type of job, even though she's like very stiff and impersonal. Also, Akane, the rookie killer, the cat girl, is also working here. So yeah, it's a funny dynamic between the both of them. While June tries to teach a class of little kids, she just cannot climb. She's so traumatized still. You know how she was strong and she loved climbing, like it was like her whole life goal, but now she doesn't really have a purpose. Konomi actually randomly visits her, and then they have like an awkward conversation where none of them can talk properly, and then yeah, they just break it off. So then after that, Akane decides she can't let her childhood rival June be sad like this, so she decides to have a climbing competition between the both of them. Akane does pretty well, and then June is also still traumatized. And then Akane just kind of cheers her up to some motivation, and yeah, June realizes that she always like climbed like her whole life, and then she had tunnel vision at one point, where people who sucked at climbing or people who like treated climbing as a game or only for fun, they were like wasting her time. That wasn't like worth it. Like she was 100% focused on like climbing and just like being on top, that she forgot how fun climbing can be, like how fun it is to reach the top. So yeah, she gets her motivation back to keep climbing, so it's like a cool dynamic where the villain Akane, who was like the rookie killer, is now a hero for June. So yeah, cool episode where June gets her mojo back, and cool Kurisu cements herself as the main villain now. Okay, so for Haikyuu to the Top Season 2, episodes 8 and 9, the match between Inarizaki and Karasuno continues. It's pretty hype, where you see the usual dudes do their best, like Aron is slamming shit down. You see Hinata and Kageyama try to do quick attacks. You see dudes trying to block and just like control the momentum. So the scores are pretty even so far. The twin setters are actually like getting some momentum down, so yeah, they can do quick attacks like in sync, and yeah, they're just like a force to be reckoned with, just like a bunch of offense there. Just as Inarizaki was about to like get some strong momentum, Hinata, he makes a save. So Hinata plays defense now in episode 9. Like, we were waiting for it, but he's basically like kind of a libero now too. Like, first he was only like a middle blocker that could do offense and jump, but now he can play defense in the back and just like save the balls. So yeah, very epic moment. The fact that this dude is now like really good defensively is like a momentum shifter. Inarizaki still gets the point, but yeah, Hinata is hyped. He wants to win. And yeah, I loved like when he blocked it, Kageyama was like, nice receive. These characters are growing. The anime is still surprising us with how much they can do in volleyball to make it hype. Excited to see how this matchup will continue. For Jujutsu Kaisen episode 9, kind of like a scary episode this week where we have this high school kid who's getting bullied by some dudes and a girl. So it's like he has kind of like a thought where it's like, if everyone he hated would die, he wouldn't do it. but if everyone that hated him in specific would die, he would do that. So yeah, he's in the movie theater. We saw at the ending of last episode where like a bunch of kids just like had their heads exploded in a movie theater, and he finally finds the dude that did it and wants to join him. So the dude chases after the guy. His name is Mahito, and he seems to be like an actual cursed spirit. He has like a bunch of stitches in his face. He's like the cursed spirit of like people's hatred to each other. So yeah, he's kind of a perfect fit for the dude who like got bullied. Sato and Yuji go to investigate the movie theater murder. And then a new character gets introduced, a new Jujutsu sorcerer, Nanami Kento. He's like a grown man, and he worked as like a normal businessman, but then he got tired of his job, so he transitioned back to the spirit hunting life. And yeah, it was pretty funny, like his introduction. He's just like this blonde business dude with glasses and like a suit. And he's like very to the point where he hates jujutsu sorcerers, like he hates the students, but then he also hates working like normal jobs. So he's like, even though I hate working and even though I hate like magic sorcery, like I'll just do the magic sorcery that I'm gifted at. So yeah, very funny motivation from him. And yeah, we see him in a cool fight scene. So we get his powers. He can forcibly make a critical hit on any target. If you don't have a weak point, he can just like make a weak point with his power and then just like stab it. So yeah, he uses it to fight this like four-legged kind of monster beast. Yeah, we realized that the monsters that they were fighting are actually people that had a bunch of cursed energy into them that made them like kind of look like monsters. So yeah, I think that girl was like the girl that was bullying the other kid in the movie theater. She got turned into like this monster. So yeah, spooky plot being developed as Yuji and Kento go chase after the dude in the movie theater, the kid that was being bullied since he was caught by security cameras. A cool plot being developed, good action as always, and we will see where the show continues. Okay, so for Higurashi, When They Cry, episode 9, we enter the Satoko arc. So new arc where we see this kind of blonde dude come in, and then he lives in kind of like a pigsty. Like he doesn't clean up his house, so it's a bunch of garbage. And then when the landlady asks him to like clean up the smell, he just yells at her. Pretty savage dude right there. Is like a tall blonde dude, so we don't know too much about him. So after that, Keiichi joins the squad in a baseball game, and Satoko is very athletic, so she like made some home runs. Very cool of her. Even though she's like some short anime girl, apparently she's more capable than we think. While everyone's chilling at the baseball game, the captain of the other team talks to Keiichi. Keiichi gets some backstory where Satoko's older brother was missing last year, so yeah, they don't like to bring that up since her older brother is like was pretty close to her. Also, her parents fell off a cliff randomly on a vacation. So yeah, her whole family's just like destroyed. And yeah, she's by herself living with Rika. Satoko and Keiichi get kind of close this episode. They cook together because Keiichi's parents are in Tokyo for business. So yeah, classic anime romance developing between these two. They kind of have like a brother-sister thing going on since Keiichi doesn't have any siblings and Satoko lost her older brother that she really liked. Also, Keiichi wants to know a bit more of Satoko's brother. So she asks Rena and Mian about it. So like, he wonders if the brother was part of the disappearance of the Watanagashi festival. And yeah, Rena kind of gets all freaky. So like PTSD from the first Rena arc. But yeah, she just walks away and leaves it to Mian to handle it. And yeah, Mian's a little bit more level-headed, so she gives the rundown on Keiichi. So apparently Rena's brother was actually, yeah, he was missing by the curse. And a couple years ago when the dam was being made, Satoko's parents, who we heard that they fell off a cliff on vacation, it looked like they were suspiciously the targets of the Watanagashi curse a few years ago. Their death was linked to people who wanted the dam to be built because like the government that was building the dam was paying people to leave. The fact that you're for the dam being built means that you're a target of being murdered. So yeah, Satoko's whole family is basically in that Oyashiro-sama curse thing, so yeah, very tragic for her. I liked how this episode just dropped Satoko's whole backstory on us. Very cool and compact way to do it, where yeah, this whole episode introduces Satoko and Keiichi, and then also like we don't have any more questions about her backstory, it's all there. And this episode ends with the first kind of tall, creepy dude that we saw in the beginning who yelled at the landlady. Him and Satoko are living together now. So yeah, she probably has some tragic stuff going on, and we will see next episode how it progresses. Okay, so for Tonikaku Kawaii, episode 9. Very quickly, since their apartment burned down last episode, they live at the bathhouse people's place. Yeah, Aya, the girl that had a crush on Nasa, finally gets revealed that they're married, so she's like all embarrassed and shit. Like, So yeah, it's funny that she had to find out like this. Yeah, like she always thought that they were related. Tsukasa loves Nasa because he's always positive and tries to help others, somewhat as like a fault of himself. He like sacrifices himself just to like help others. So yeah, he goes above and beyond on that. Also like some funny underwear shopping going on. So yeah, not much plot development, just them hanging out together, shopping, and doing married couple things. Okay, so for The Day I Became a God, episode 8, kind of like an emotional episode since we finally get Hina's backstory, which was pretty cool. Because like I thought she was like a god from the start, but she's actually human. So she lived with her grandfather most of her life, and then this was because her mom died and her dad abandoned her. So Yota, he decides, hey, let's go find your dad, because yeah, why not? So then we realized that 1 year ago she became a god. Once we see the dad, they're kind of shocked that Hina is actually alive. And then the dad's new family that he remarried in is like the mom is also like shocked that this is actually Hina because she had like a degenerative condition where her muscles just stopped working. It's called Logos syndrome. I don't know if this was like a real disease or it's just like an anime disease, but yeah. Basically her mind's growing but her body is just deteriorating. So yeah, her mom killed herself because she thought like this was her fault. And then the dad just like didn't abandon her, but kind of left her because he thought she would die. It's just that he's like, oh, you're too young to understand how like doing all this might be a bad thing. And then he begs the question to Yota, which is a pretty cool question. You might have to do the same thing I did one day. Like you might have to abandon Hina like I do. Big foreshadowing going on there. Maybe Hina will disappear soon, but yeah, there's 4 days left until the end of the world. And yeah, 4 episodes left too, so yeah, I wonder how they're gonna sum that up. Maybe 1 episode per day. Okay, so for Fire Force Season 2, episodes 18 to 22. I've been enjoying this anime, so I'll just review this whole chunk of episodes because I just want to do it arc by arc, basically. Episode 18 was basically a bit of like Iris plotline where we don't get her backstory. She just goes to the church to purify some weapons with Shinra. It shows how like their belief in like the Church of Soul is deteriorating. Because yeah, it's like built on a lie. All these people are just turning into infernals even though they did nothing wrong. So it's like the classic religious belief where even though people do good, they still get punished. So yeah, cool showing how Iris is coping with this religious change. And then the next 4 episodes is just like basically Maki and another. We see Maki and her parents. The dad is like this big ass soldier dude. He's a general and he seems really tough and scary, but inside he's like a big softie with his daughter and his family. And then their mom, she's very nice, like cool, motherly, makes food and loves the family. But when they argue and they don't eat dinner, she turns into a savage and just starts yelling. And then her older brother is kind of like a regular action dude and he's very protective of his sister. This arc is focused on taking Maki out of the Fire Force because they think it's too dangerous for her. They think like the people of the 8th company are corrupting her and shit. So yeah, she's out and now she has to work like a desk job at the army. They go into the Nether to investigate some shit going down. Yeah, this anime had a lot of brutal scenes, but yeah, this chunk of episodes, like people were just dying. Like we met these new characters, like this troop battalion of Juggernaut, where he just like died instantly, like he got his head sliced off. So damn. And then Juggernaut and Tamaki were fighting. Tamaki got a lot of injuries, but then Juggernaut protected her, and then I think he lost his arm. At the end, the underground nether that they were in, it was about to explode, so they called in Maki. So she comes in after being relegated to the army. She rejoins the Fire Force in a cool return, and she stops the explosion from happening. A cool chunk of episodes that like cemented Maki being like a fire soldier in her parents' heads. We also get some motivations of the evangelist people where they want to just blow up Tokyo, destroy everything, put it on fire. So this is kind of just like a precursor to that. And then the bug captain is also there, the captain of Company 3, Captain Giovanni, and he has like kind of like a bug enhanced body. So yeah, that's pretty creepy. And Shou is also kind of kidnapped by Hameya, and then he's like a mind-breaked doll that they're just like dressing up and shit. Anime's doing good so far. This arc wasn't really that important for story progression. It was just like a cool action arc. I think we have 2 more episodes to go to basically sum up this season 2 to like tie up the whole Evangelist plotline